Hi punters, Chris here from the Leg Up Australia. This week we're looking at EPL Game Day 9. It's been a little while since I did one of these videos. We had a win last week though with the Euro 2020 qualifiers, so hopefully you're on the back of that. We didn't get the best price for some of those really good lines. We took two, we just scraped in with all games with our lines, but at least we built a bit of a bank for this week. So I've got a 4-leg multi, and then I'll touch on the big game of the round. We'll get stuck in. So first game, we've got Chelsea and Newcastle. Chelsea, they haven't been great. They are at home this week. And again, at home, they haven't been sort of really blistering. But Newcastle have a pretty ordinary away record this season at 1 from 4. Chelsea's last loss, though, in all competitions was about a month ago, and that was to Liverpool 2-1, which is as close as anyone has come in the EPL for a long while to take points off Liverpool. And that's a pretty positive sign for Chelsea. They had a pretty ordinary season last year. Gone are the days of Chelsea's Drogba, Lampard, Terry. But Willian and Abraham have been doing a pretty good job up front. Abraham in particular has scored 8 goals from 8 games, which is as much as Kun Aguero scored for Man City. And they're leading goal scorers for the competition, so I quite like that. Newcastle have been a little bit of a handful, particularly at home. They're really parking the bus on those bigger teams and frustrating them. But I'd say Abraham and Willian get through them. I'm taking simple Chelsea win at $1.29 for the first leg. Second leg, we've got Wolves versus Southampton. Wolves are at home, and last time out they had an away win at the Etihad Stadium against Man City, which is very decent roll into this game. They sit mid-table, but they're only kind of one win away from, I think, 7th, so they're just sort of outside that top 6. If they did have that extra win, they're plugging along pretty nicely at the moment. Southampton are pretty drummy. They're averaging a goal a game. And while they have been travelling well, Traore and Jimenez for Wolves are pretty exciting players. I quite like them. I think they do the job here against Southampton. Wolves price, I'll have to look that up, but I think they were about $1.85. I'll put that in the post. Third leg, we've got Leicester Burnley. Leicester haven't lost a game at home so far, and they sit in 4th on the purely home and away table. I think they sit 2nd, a bit to Liverpool. They've conceded 7 goals in 8 games. One more goal they've conceded than the leaders Liverpool, and they've conceded 2 less goals than Man City. So their defence has been very good. I actually think that Liverpool, them, and Sheffield, of all teams, to have conceded the least goals so far, which is pretty good after 8 games. Burnley aren't going too bad, sitting mid-table, but after seeing Leicester the other week against the Spurs at home, they were very good. I think they get the job done here, and we get over $1.50. It's $1.53. Leicester at home, I think we take that. I don't think they're going to have a season like a couple ago where they sort of run away with it and the big teams fall away. Liverpool's shown that's not going to happen this year, and so have Man City. But Leicester, I think, would be a definite top 6 team this year, and maybe they'll hold on to that 4th spot. Hopefully not, because Spurs need it. Speaking of Spurs, they're the 4th leg of the multi. They are on an absolute horror run. They have managed to retain a pretty good home record in their new home as of late last year. In the EPL, not so much in the Champions League. They're in all sorts there, and they're playing 19th position Watford. So to say Spurs have been going bad is a bit of an understatement, but the Hornets, they're going really bad. They've scored 1 goal in 8 EPL games, and that leaves you nowhere but relegation zone. Spurs really need this win. They need to squash the rumours and the talk and the noise about Pochettino leaving. There's been all sorts of dramas. Lloris has broken or dislocated his elbow. They really, really do need this win. And besides praying and begging they get this win, I'm pretty confident they do against the lowly Watford for a Spurs home game. They should be over them there. We get $1.44. So put those 4 together. We've got straight out wins for Chelsea, Leicester, Wolves, Spurs. We get $5.26. One game I am leaving out of the multi, but it is a huge game this week, is Manchester United at home to Liverpool. At Old Trafford, and Manchester United are in a pretty serious slump. I know it's a bit rich from a Spurs fan, but United are in 12th going into day 9. Struggling to score with some pretty big names up front, Rashford, Mata, and they are no wins from their last 5 games in all competitions, whereas Liverpool are 5 wins from 5 games in all competitions, and looking for their 18th straight EPL win, which I think equals the Man City record. I've seen some betting agencies throwing up $3 about Liverpool. No doubt there's max bets on that. But this game, Manchester United would be absolutely up for. If I was going to have a bet in this one, I'd be saying both teams to score. Manchester United being at home, I think they definitely put ball in the net with that. But this one's probably got a bit too much history to put into the multi. I don't think that a Manchester United win would really surprise me, considering, even though they're going ordinary, but it is Manchester United Old Trafford, so you can't rule it out. Let me know what you think of that real big game. I know that loyal follower of the Mug Punter will have views on that one, so it'll be interesting to see what he says. But otherwise, 4-leg multi over $5. Hopefully we get that and continue on. Thanks, guys.